In today's complex geopolitical landscape, influence is not always achieved through overt military action or loud public diplomacy. Sometimes it grows quietly, through careful planning, long-term relationships, and strategic networks. Iran is a master of this approach. Despite facing severe sanctions, political isolation, and pressure from global powers like the United States, Iran has steadily expanded its influence across the Middle East and beyond, often without drawing international headlines. Today we will talk about how Iran quietly expands its influence. So, before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Historical foundations of Iran's strategy. Iran's approach to influence has deep roots in its modern history, particularly the Iranian Revolution. When the revolution transformed Iran from a Western-aligned monarchy into an Islamic republic, the country adopted a new ideological framework focused on independence, anti-imperialism, and exporting its revolutionary vision. Under the leadership of Ruhollah Khomeini, Iran developed a doctrine emphasizing strategic depth, regional alliances, and the protection of Shia communities. This historical experience shaped Iran's long-term foreign policy, a recognition that direct confrontation with global powers was often impractical, and that influence could be extended through indirect, patient strategies. Today, these principles remain central to Tehran's approach in the Middle East and beyond. Strategic depth, securing influence beyond borders. A core concept guiding Iran's foreign policy is strategic depth. This involves cultivating influence beyond its own borders to create buffers against potential threats and expand regional leverage. By embedding itself in neighboring countries' political, military, and social systems, Iran ensures that its security and regional objectives are reinforced by alliances rather than mere military might. Strategic depth is evident in Iran's activities in Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, and Yemen. By securing allies in these countries, Iran reduces the risk of regional encirclement and gains leverage over both local governments and rival powers. The power of proxy networks. Perhaps the most visible tool of Iran's quiet influence is its network of proxy groups. These organizations, often ideological or religiously aligned, allow Iran to exert power without deploying its own military forces directly. This approach minimizes risk while maximizing influence, as proxies act on Iran's behalf in various conflicts and political arenas. In Lebanon, Iran's support for Hezbollah has created a formidable military and political actor aligned with Iranian interests. In Iraq, Iranian-backed militias have grown in strength, exerting influence over local politics and security. Similarly, support for Houthi rebels in Yemen allows Iran to challenge its regional rival, Saudi Arabia, without engaging in direct conflict. Influence in Iraq. Following the 2003 U.S.-led invasion of Iraq, Iran quickly capitalized on the power vacuum. Tehran built relationships with political parties, religious leaders, and militias, embedding itself deeply in the Iraqi political system. Today, Iran wields significant influence over Iraq's government decisions, military planning, and foreign policy direction. This influence allows Iran to maintain a strategic corridor to Syria and Lebanon, reinforcing its network of regional allies and ensuring that Iraq serves as both a political and logistical hub for Iranian interests. The Syrian front. Iran's role in Syria has been pivotal in expanding its influence. By supporting the Syrian government during the civil war, Iran secured a key ally, maintained critical supply lines, and strengthened its military presence in the Levant. This support includes financial aid, military advisors, and coordination with proxy militias. Syria acts as a bridge connecting Iran to Hezbollah in Lebanon and other allied groups in the region, making it a central node in Iran's broader network of influence. This strategic presence ensures that Iran can project power across multiple fronts simultaneously. Yemen and the Arabian Peninsula. Iran's involvement in Yemen illustrates its approach to influence in the Arabian Peninsula. By supporting the Houthi movement, Iran positions itself as a counterbalance to Saudi power while extending its strategic reach. Though its support is largely indirect, It gives Iran leverage in regional negotiations and conflicts. This involvement also demonstrates Iran's preference for asymmetric strategies, challenging rivals through proxies and influence rather than risking a direct military confrontation. Economic influence and sanctions evasion. Despite enduring heavy international sanctions, Iran has leveraged economic relationships as tools of influence. By engaging in trade agreements, energy partnerships, and infrastructure projects with countries such as China and Russia, Iran has found ways to circumvent restrictions and maintain its economic base. These economic ties not only support domestic stability, but also create dependencies that expand Iran's influence. Neighboring countries often rely on Iran for trade, energy, or investment, increasing Tehran's leverage in regional and international negotiations. Religious and ideological outreach. Iran extends its influence through religious and ideological channels, particularly among Shia communities. By promoting its revolutionary ideals and providing support to religious institutions, Iran cultivates loyalty and builds networks of soft power across the Middle East. This ideological influence complements Iran's political and military efforts, allowing it to shape social and political trends in aligned communities while reinforcing its image as a regional protector of Shia interests. Media and information strategy. Control over narratives is another aspect of Iran's influence. Iranian-backed media outlets, social media campaigns, and information networks allow Tehran to project its perspective, counter rival narratives, and shape public opinion both domestically and abroad. Through these channels, Iran advances its geopolitical objectives subtly, shaping perceptions without resorting to overt military or economic pressure. Avoiding direct confrontation. A defining feature of Iran's strategy is its careful avoidance of direct confrontation with major powers like the United States or Israel. Instead, Iran employs indirect methods, including cyber operations, proxy conflicts, and political influence, which allow it to achieve objectives while minimizing risk. This measured approach reflects a long-term vision and a pragmatic understanding of Iran's capabilities relative to global powers. Leadership and decision-making. Iran's centralized leadership structure allows for consistent and long-term foreign policy strategies. Figures like Ali Khamenei ensure that the pursuit of regional influence aligns with ideological, political, and security priorities. This centralized decision-making enables Tehran to execute complex strategies that require coordination across multiple countries and domains. Challenges and limitations. Despite its successes, Iran faces significant obstacles. Economic sanctions, regional opposition from Saudi Arabia and Israel, and internal political pressures all constrain its ability to expand influence. Proxy networks can also be unpredictable, and reliance on ideological alignment may create vulnerabilities if local interests diverge from Iranian goals. Moreover, Iran's actions often provoke countermeasures from global powers, which can limit the effectiveness of its strategies. Global implications. Iran's quiet expansion of influence has broad international implications. It affects energy markets, security calculations, and diplomatic relations worldwide. The country's network of allies and proxies can influence conflicts, trade routes, and regional stability, forcing global powers to consider Iranian interests in their own strategic planning. Iran's approach demonstrates how a relatively constrained country can exert outsized influence through careful, long-term planning. Long-term perspective. A hallmark of Iran's strategy is its patient, long-term perspective. Tehran prioritizes gradual gains and strategic relationships over short-term victories. By building enduring networks of political, economic, and ideological influence, Iran ensures that its power projection remains effective even amid shifting regional dynamics. This long-term vision allows Iran to weather economic crises, sanctions, and regional opposition while steadily expanding its presence. Despite significant challenges, Iran continues to adapt and expand its reach, affecting regional and global politics in profound ways. Understanding Tehran's approach is essential for analyzing the broader dynamics of Middle Eastern geopolitics and the ways smaller powers can exert influence on the global stage. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and click the button to subscribe.